Several years ago, I learned that habits represent roughly 50% of what we do every day. I became particularly interested in that because I realized that if I can identify what habits are consistent with the outcomes I want to create, I can make a dramatic change in my life for the better. So what I started doing is tracking some habits. I identified about 10 things that I wanted to do. 10 things I wanted to do each day, and I wrote them down, put them into a Word document, printed them out, and made a booklet. And I evaluated myself each day. How did I do on this? Did I contact my daughters, or did I connect with my daughters each day? Did I spend quality time with my wife? Now, there are some days I did and some days I didn't, but it made me start thinking about these things and turning them into habits. So as we created the personal whiteboard, this habit chain became extremely important to identify, create, and then track my progress and your progress towards your clearly identified habits. So the reflection focus is really reflecting back on the day based on how you did each day on the habits you want to create. So what habits do you want to create that are consistent with your relationship, your wellness, your work, or your interests, outcomes? What habits do you want to create that are consistent with your pursuits? You identify these habits, and then each night you sit down, grab your app, and then check them off. I did this, I didn't do that, I ran 3 miles, I didn't run 3 miles, I contacted this person, I read this level of quality of some sort of a growth material, or maybe a novel, something like that. All of these habits that you put in this list, and then at the end of the day, you evaluate yourself, you reflect back, and then the beginning of the next day, you're already thinking about what you need to do. So personally for me, this is one of the most powerful things I've ever done, is I wrote down the habits I wanted to create, and then I evaluated myself each day. And what I found in about 30 or 45 days of doing this, they became habits, meaning I didn't have to think about it anymore. I simply just did it. And then what I did is I created additional habits. I pulled those ones out that I didn't need to think about anymore, and I created new ones. And it's this ongoing process, and we're constantly building the habits that are consistent with the outcomes in life that we want to create.